Brand new Lamborghini, cop car. With a pistol on my neck, I'm a cop. Never met a rich rock star. This ain't no guitar, this is a clock.
Bin Laden.
Head leader of Al Qaeda.
Bin Laden.
Bin Laden. This nigga was very cold, man.
He was the most wanted man on earth.
Yeah.
When he was still alive.
Apparently this nigga hijacked 4 planes. Ilikuwa like kwa hijack like unaweza take control, we change direction hizo planes zianguke mahali ama ziende place unataka. So that's the aircraft hijacking.
Alafu bro, unacheki hiyo Osama bin Laden. Mazee alipanga hiyo kitu msee. Ndawapigia episode moja.
Hiyo story ya 9/11 bujo unataka na wewe.
Mazee watu walienda ni shule wakasoma 6 years kufly plane. Akijua kuna mishoni. Nitawapigia hiyo story wafinye hiyo.
Sawa, bujo should be on this seat. Tuchape story ya 9/11 juu ili kill watu 3000 and Osama actually have like plane ya kwanza wali change route, ilikuwa plane sijui bebase kende kachapa tower. Hiyo tower sika collapse kama dase. And pia ya pili pia kama ilikuwa craft imebeba fuel. Ikaenda crash
fuel sasa.
Ikaenda crash kwa military base. Huko pia ikafanya kitu kidogo kitulia hivi, bomb sijui imelipua tower gani huko. Panic mode kidogo hivi tena. Ndege nyingine imefanya kitu.
Mtu mmoja aterrorize
Buda.
superior country.
9/11 was a very huge case. Juu USA ili happen in USA ndio?
Yeah, it happened in the US.
Wewe ingine tena.
Let me take you to Botswana.
Botswana.
Yeah, Botswana. Botswana is just a country
in Africa.
In Africa. Yeah, our neighbor just down here. Botswana as a country, I think it's a country that many African countries should look upon in imitating or taking on taking the ways, because this is a country that actually it actually has fewer crime cases, and corruption is even less.
Few.
Like there's no corruption in Botswana.
So I never knew that.
And
Botswana,
I found out there's a main method in which they're using to curb corruption, which is the whistleblower hotline number.
Whistleblower hotline number.
Yeah.
Like it's a number you call it.
A whistleblower is somebody who reports a case of corruption, even if you in any institution. But then before even we go even further, if you've experienced corruption in any of the institution or any place, tell us which form of corruption you've actually come across. Is it bribery? Did you have to come to
the different types of corruption? Kuna political corruption, business corruption. So watuambie.
Back in Botswana, the whistleblowers there's a system that was put in place in 1994.
1994.
Yeah, 1994. Very long time ago. They actually started tackling corruption in 1994. And this task force has been put in place that it protects the whistleblower. Your identity is not given to the public.
You're protected.
You're protected.
But do you think those one can work in Kenya? Another new okay, continue. Yeah.
They're protected. The second thing, all the cases that are reported are done. People do investigate on them, and if they found guilty, people are prosecuted, or even jailed. It's something that I think Kenyan leaders or any other people who are watching this podcast across the world they should put emphasis on.
Well, they try to take example from Botswana.
They should take example from Botswana because it has actually curbed corruption to a 0%.
That's very ironical for an African country.
It's an African country.
So we should take example from Botswana.
Yet they're curbing corruption.
Yeah, I would like to go to Botswana. So man, it's coming. And Botswana, me from Botswana, I'll take you again back to perhaps USA. So seemingly by the US, pia wako na corruption. There's corruption in US, and the type of corruption involved in US in political corruption.
Political corruption.
Yeah.
That's where it involves politicians.
They are politicians, and the political corruption involves mainly bribery, na gratuities
Gratuity.
ni ka gratitudes like favors.
Favors. So like I buy you in favors. In form of favors.
Yeah, I can give you a land somewhere, palace, not your place. So actually, you end up here to research and I found out that the most corrupt president in US history was one nigga. I tried to see nigga, so for that was one guy named Warren G. Harding, who was the 29th president of the United States of America in the year 1920.
1920.
Yeah. So, jamaa
back in history.
In history 1920.
Back in history 1920 corruption.
Alikuwa jamaa alibuild political career yake on very many scandals. Huyu jamaa alikuwa anapenda women, girls na party girls. So Warren G. Harding apparently alikuwa na mabeshte wake, alikuwa anapenda mabeshte wake ndo ananigaba. Na hao mabeshte wake they were involved in crime gangs. Kulikuwa na gangs during those years.
Yo, what's up?
There was this one gang known as Ohio gang.
Ohio is in US.
Yeah. So hao mabeshte wake walikuwa wanatoka hapo. So hao manigas walivuruga ugamba mbaya sana. So US pia this corruption. So msidhani tu corruption iko kila mahali.
Corruption is everywhere. Dealing with it, no.
Some
people were dealing with it in a way that it reduce. Kuna wenye bado wanalegezea. So dealing kwa kuna wasina sema pia we try to deal now is our brother South Africa.
Oh, yes, sir.
South Africa. So whatever happened in South Africa was funny because okay, we congratulate them for trying to curb corruption with the way we call disrupting corruption.
Oh, kuna method naitwa disruption ama disruption.
Yeah, disrupting corruption. Which there's a revolution happened. The stories that Jacob Zuma ikajulikana.
Oh yeah, the former president. What happened? Alipatikana na corruption cases. Ndio sasa katoa hizo methods wakamtoa
kwa kazi. So wakaleta mwingine anaitwa Ramaphosa.
South Africa zinali kama imeendelea anyway juu Ramaphosa pia.
Ramaphosa is actually doing the same thing.
Ramaphosa juzi kuna kesi amekuwa nayo kotini. Jamaa they found $4 million in his ranch. Akona ranch in South Africa. $4 million in cash. This guy had stashed his
those are our leaders.
Zipatikana kwa coach. Ziliibwa na wasee.
Zimekuwa
the first thing. Wezi nika nini? Burglars wali sneak
into the presidential place in
your ranch. Hata na place ya president. Don't ranch yake tu.
He just owned the ranch.
Yeah. So wali sneak in. They went in wakabreak in. Wakapata hizo. So akaenda nazo. Guess what happened? Resource yakatoa watu wake walishikwa. They were arrested.
Intelligence. Government intelligence. Serikali kuna mkono mrefu.
Utapatwa wakarudisha hiyo do. So kumekuwa na kesi like people want to know the source of this money. $4 million Buda. Very more. Na imagine jamaa hata alini hapo anataka kesi fuatilie juu anadaisha ati hizo do juu watu wanamuuliza that's a lot of money kwa cash na umezi stash kwa couch actually
that's a lot of money.
Uni stash kwa $4 million kwa couch then akiulizwa is saying that is a cattle anauzanga ma cattle that is a rancher so it's not something weird to be with that kind of cash.
Definitely. That's an African. Definitely, this is monopoly money. This is.
Wanafanya kitu.
Wanafanya kitu. I hear what they do is turn government state into personal.
These things all in terms of tender, wanajipea matenda, wanajipea matenda hapo mob, napata soja tu favors, vile tunasema tu gratuities.
So South Africa actually, you guys by the way went to act on it very well. They should redo their method. Disrupting it. If the president from Waleka in power na bado wana do the same thing. Because mojo in Kenya, for example in Kenya is very different. Mentality ya Kenyans na South African tofauti. Walikuwa so united na waka fight Zuma. I'm sure if Ramaphosa is doing the same thing, they can do it.
these are African leaders, man.
Talking of who disrupt leaders, there's another one. There's another case scenario. It happened in a country in Ukraine.
Oh, Ukraine.
Yeah.
The country that is participating in war.
Yeah, that is in war in the country with Russia. Actually, whatever happened in Ukraine is the same case of South Africa. They tried fighting corruption with a method called disrupting corruption. There was a violent revolution in Ukraine just before the current president is Zelensky. Before
the actor, the comedian.
The comedian. Before the comedian came into power, there was a president known as Viktor Ivanovic. Yeah, he was a corrupt leader. He was, like, the guy built a mansion, a 45-acre mansion.
Wow.
345.
And
345.
345. Yeah, 345 hectares. Mansion that had gold chandeliers. You're like, say. But
kingdom.
His case wasn't easy. We really united with Ukraine. We were united with them during that time, and even right now we're united with them. Because they went into war. This president was chased out of Ukraine. Actually, he was saved. He was saved by Russian forces. The brother had to send Putin had to send forces to rescue him, and it's something that we can congratulate the people. One thing I've noticed with Ukrainians, I think they always united. If they united in that scenario and chased their president, they are away from their country. Right now they're united in fighting for their land from Russia. I think really salute them.
And Mr. Putin. You must remember the rescue Ivanovic.
He's the one who saved special forces from Russia to save.
If we have also heard of cases that if we are corrupt, he's like among the richest person on when yake sasa inakamna hizo parts za corruption, power, so as equal listed as kama kina Bezos.
That's why you're going to top rank.
Like another considered like the richest.
Actually, if he was an honest leader, I don't think if he could have saved
rescued
Victor.
They're dealing
They're dealing with the same thing.
Yeah. So Mr. Putin pia mumwangalie mate.
We'll change this word.
So corruption, man, me and actually can as a kuuliza when you tumongelea corruption, do you think like we are also a product of corruption? Like corruption is what if it has existed from the first generation of our presidents, your generation from when Kenya and stuff. So like our parents, our grandparents, they have gone through the system of corruption. So like, do you think we are also a product of corruption? That's why before corruption will change Kenya, it will take a very long time.
I do believe we are a product of corruption because this is something that has been inherited from generation to generation, but even that's the most important reason we are here. We are here to actually put awareness out there on how to curb this thing.
True.
Because the awareness wasn't there. That's the reason why we've inherited. And we can do something about it. We can, whatever we're doing right now, we are creating awareness for people to know how countries have actually dealt with this issue of corruption to a certain level. And you can see by the look of things. Countries that have fewer corruption cases, there's a lot of development.
Like the scenarios we've spoken about China, those examples to me too.
Even in Ukraine, actually, they have another way of curbing corruption, which is something that has evolved. They have a technological way of doing it.
A way of technology.
Okay. After they chased away Victor Ivanovic, they developed a software that acts like a web, like an app. So whatever it does is that all the government contracts, government employees, ministers, if they want to do any purchases or selling of government entities, it's done in the open.
Where it's monitored.
Where it's monitored. Anybody can log in.
And
it's something that can be introduced in Kenya. It doesn't take that much. Anyway, I think our leaders want to do that.
And speaking of Ukraine, also another thing, Quad 2, as can be like they have the lethal hackers. As in now for normal technology, so like when you some of that system, I know it's probably in a work.
Yeah, it's working very successfully in Ukraine.
And when you call us when you police a product of corruption, me I also think yes, you're a product of corruption. And if you're a product of corruption, that means that IDCC corrupt, like that change has to start by us. This isn't to us, the government to start fighting for us if it's not us taking that chance and fighting for ourselves. We must start tuache kupeana hizo mabribes.
It starts from you.
From us, no sir.
You need to step forward, so get man constitution. Hakuna kuacha nini, ati sijui ya nini. Just come with the right. If you have the right credential,
So if you are a product of corruption, I think the change should start from us.
Yeah, it's true.
Wewe kuja unadhaniaje if you are a product of corruption?
Unajua kuna time tulikuwa tunaongelea bribery, like bribery ile hii yenye maybe wase uhonga maybe karao kwa barabara, maybe overload gari, unaget. Then there is this story ilikuwa ina trend on Twitter. Ilikuwa story ya Kakamega actually. Watu walikaa kwa stage na wakakataa ku overload gari. Unaona ile design? Bana wewe sambaza.
Wamezusha bwana.
Mase hiyo time Kakamega watu walimea. Na unajua ni aje? Ilibaki gari imebeba 14 ndio itoke stage. Unaona? So whatever you're saying, ukirifa tu kitu kama hiyo kenye ile happen Kakamega. Uko right
to should start from us, ndio? I'll see you. The episode manze will cover corruption. Ama ongezea nini?
Mimi ningeongezea if bana insisitiza in the comment, we'd like to know if you've experienced corruption at your place, at your workplace, or in a government institution, and how was it? How was the experience? What would give us suggestion? What would like maybe to be done?
I believe everybody has a way. People are smart,
and I believe with the more people come out because of these cases, the more
we share, we get that knowledge. We know how to combat.
We know how to combat it easier. Because if I hear your story, I hear my story.
We can relate and find solutions.
We can relate and find solutions at the end of it. Because this is something that will affect our generation if we don't take care of it.
Just share up or comment box. Feel free, man.
And
Kenyan Fudge.
Don't forget to like.
Like our videos. Ding ding. And hit the bell. In next episode inafuata tuje na bell. Tunaanza show ama tukiwa katikati ya show tunafanya ding ding ding. Wanafanya. So, I'll see you.
There's the light on.
Yeah.